Welcome to another Capital Taxes Incorporated production. How to file head of household. Answering most FAQs. Welcome to our comprehensive video tutorial on filing as head of household, HOH. In this guide, we'll cover the main qualifications for HOH, address common questions, and provide real-life scenario examples. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of whether you qualify for HOH and how to claim it. Let's dive in. What are the head of household main qualifications? The Internal Revenue Service, IRS, has specific criteria that must be met to qualify as HOH. The primary qualification is that you must be unmarried or considered unmarried on the last day of the tax year. Being considered unmarried typically means you are legally separated or live apart from your spouse for the last 6 months of the year. Additionally, you need to have paid more than half the cost of keeping up your home for the tax year. This includes expenses such as rent, mortgage interest, property taxes, insurance, utilities, and groceries. It's important to keep accurate records of your expenses to support your HOH claim. Can I qualify for head of household without a dependent? Yes, you can qualify for HOH without having a dependent. The key is having a qualifying person. A qualifying person can be your child, stepchild, foster child, sibling, or parent. The person doesn't need to be your dependent, but they must meet certain criteria set by the IRS. For example, if you're caring for your elderly parent and meet the other HOH qualifications, you can claim HOH even without claiming them as a dependent. It's important to understand the specific requirements for each type of qualifying person, as there may be age limits, residency requirements, or other considerations. Can I claim HOH if my significant other lives with me and her child? Yes, you may be able to claim HOH if your significant other lives with you and her child. To qualify, you must meet the main HOH qualifications mentioned earlier. Be unmarried or considered unmarried. Pay more than half the cost of your home. And have a qualifying person. However, there are specific conditions that must be met in this scenario. 1. You must not file a joint tax return with your significant other. Filing separately is required. 2. Your significant other must not have a gross income above the exemption amount set by the IRS. This ensures they are not considered a dependent. 3. You must provide more than half the cost of keeping up the home, which includes expenses like rent, mortgage interest, utilities, and groceries. Let's consider a real-life scenario to better understand this. Sarah and John are not married but live together. Sarah has a child from a previous relationship. John pays more than half the cost of their home, and Sarah's gross income is below the exemption amount. In this case, John can claim HOH by meeting all the qualifications. Additional tips for filing as head of household. Keep accurate records of your expenses and receipts to support your HOH claim. Be aware of any specific tax forms or schedules required for HOH filing. Typically, you will use Form 1040 or 1040A along with Schedule A or Schedule C if you're self-employed. If you have any doubts or complex situations, it's always recommended to consult with a qualified tax professional for personalized guidance. Conclusion. Filing as head of household can provide you with certain tax benefits and a lower tax rate compared to filing as single. To qualify, you need to meet the main qualifications, such as being unmarried or considered unmarried, paying more than half the cost of your home, and having a qualifying person. Remember that a qualifying person doesn't necessarily need to be your dependent. Stay organized, keep accurate records, and be aware of the specific requirements for each qualifying person. If you have any specific questions or need further assistance, consult the IRS guidelines or a tax professional. We hope this comprehensive tutorial has helped clarify the process of filing as head of household. That's all for today's topic. Note, this video is intended for informational purposes only and does not constitute professional tax or legal advice. Consult a qualified tax professional or attorney for specific guidance tailored to your situation. This video is brought to you by Capital Taxes Incorporated. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.